What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we need to talk about Vinco Ventures stock, ticker symbol BBIG, because this stock has been pumping up over the past many days and is doing incredibly well today. It's up about 27%. We're going to talk about the potential it has for a short squeeze, for a gamma squeeze, and then just a pump in general. So let's start off by taking a look at the chart and seeing what's happened today. So obviously, it's doing incredibly well. We moved up a little bit in the after hours, but then really pumped up in the pre-market, and right as the market opened, we continued to pump up. So we're up about, like I said, 27%, above $5, which is very important for BBIG stock for a couple of reasons. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I did want to point out that the main reason that this thing is pumping up so much today is not actually on a gamma squeeze or a short squeeze, but it's actually on hype. That's why BBIG is pumping up right now. And you can actually see there are a bunch of articles that people have written about BBIG and Vinco Ventures. For instance, this one that says Vinco Ventures stock under short squeeze alert. BBIG's performance last week has attracted the attention of many Reddit traders. Could a short squeeze be in the works? So there's quite a bit of this kind of stuff on the internet that's driving a lot of volume to BBIG stock. And if you actually look at the chart, over the past 5 days, you can see that the volume has absolutely been skyrocketing, right? You can see that we had relatively little volume before this pump started, and those are the red and green lines at the bottom. And over the course of the pump, we have day after day seen higher and higher volume levels for BBIG, and we've also seen higher and higher implied volatility, which is the purple line right here, that is going to affect some of the options that we're talking about later. But obviously, a ton of new people have been swarming into BBIG stock, and that is the main catalyst that has been driving it up thus far. Now, obviously, these people are swarming in for different reasons, right? This article is talking about a short squeeze. There is obviously also the potential for a gamma squeeze. But as of right now, what's important to note is that it's mostly the consumer sentiment that's driving up BBIG stock at the moment, right? We haven't actually entered short squeeze territory. We're not too close to it. And we definitely haven't seen a gamma squeeze yet because the options for BBIG have not come towards their expiration date. So we're going to look at the short interest first, just to dispel some of the short squeeze myths that people are talking about, right? People are saying that this is going to short squeeze, and it has the potential to, but it isn't about to short squeeze right now at the current price that it's at. It's sitting around $5.13. And if you look at this chart on Ortex, first of all, we'll cover the short interest. It is currently sitting at 25.92% of the free float and 31.5 million shares. It's up a little bit today, about 2.7% increase in shorts today. But if you look at this chart over here, you can actually see the price overlaid with the short interest. And you can see where a lot of the shorts originated their positions. And a lot of them actually began shorting this thing when it was trading for upwards of $6, right? Around here, you can see a lot of shorts were increasing their positions, and BBIG at the time was trading for 6, 7, 8, 9, even 10 and more dollars per share. And that's where a lot of the shorts were originating. Now, obviously, more recently, some shorts came in and built up their positions in the $2 to $3 range. And those shorts certainly could get squeezed out a little bit, right? We actually went from around 22 million shares to 30 million shares. So around 8 million shares of shorts did originate their positions around the $2 to $3 level. And those shorts are definitely out of the money right now. They're definitely in the red. You can see we are up to $5, so a lot of shorts are down about 100% on their initial investment, and maybe we could see them getting squeezed out around the $6 to $7 range when they're down a little bit over 100%. That's maybe when we'd look to some of the shorts getting squeezed out, but the large majority of them were in around the $6 to $12 range. So we're not actually looking at squeezing them out until we get much higher. Now, obviously, BBIG has been through squeezes or, attempted squeezes in the past. If you look at the past year, you can see that we were up to $12.50, and that did not actually cause a short squeeze. So we'd have to obviously get higher than that point if we want to squeeze out some shorts. Now, that's the first thing. That's the short interest that we needed to talk about. Now we're also going to look at what's really driving BBIG up, as well as the gamma squeeze potential, which is really becoming pretty significant. But first, we'll look at the Google Trends data just to show how absolutely massive the interest in BBIG has grown to. So if you look, this is a search for BBIG stock over the past week. And on Friday, when we were making all-time high search interest-wise, that now only ranks as a 53 compared to what we've started doing as of 10 a.m. this morning. A swarm of people have come in and started searching about BBIG stock and driving us up massively in price, along with massively increasing the volume that is trading for BBIG. As we looked about over the past couple of days, if you look at the volume chart, you can see that there are absolutely swarms of people coming in, trading BBIG stock, driving the price up. And a lot of them are doing it because of those articles, because, as they're searching for BBIG stock, they're finding articles such as this talking about a short squeeze. But a lot of the articles aren't actually mentioning a gamma squeeze, which we have to look at. And before we do, I wanted to show you guys, if you are looking for some extra capital to trade BBIG stock with, then something you can do is go to the description of this video and actually click the link for a Webull referral stock. And you can get up to $3,300 with Webull when you open and fund an account just by clicking on the link in the description of the video. You get 2 free stocks. One, when you open the account, and it doesn't cost you anything to open the account. You just get up to $300 worth of stock free. And then when you deposit any amount, meaning a penny, you get another stock valued up to $3,000. So that you could use if you want 2 free stocks. You can use that link in the description of this video or this video that you're watching right now to get some free stocks valued up to $3,300 if you're interested in that. Now, as for the gamma squeeze potential with BBIG, we're going to look at the options chain for this. And you can actually see that we just recently got a ton of new open interest call options over the past couple of days in the money. And there's a reason why this options chain is relatively important. The January 21st options, which are expiring this Friday. So they are expiring in just a couple of days. And there's absolutely massive amounts of them, right? We have 77,000 at the $5 strike price, 40,000 at the $4.50 strike price, 34,000 at the $4 strike price, and so on and so forth, right? 76,000 at $6. It would be absolutely amazing to get those in the money as well. And the reason that is because it's likely that institutions have sold these options, right? It's probably not retail traders that have sold these, and a lot of these options may have been sold naked, right? They may have been sold far in advance because these are the yearly options that have been available for trading for multiple years probably. And people have probably sold these options expecting that there's no way BBIG would be having these in the money, right? That the $5 or $6 strike price options would be in the money, so they don't have the shares to back these options up. And what these options mean for people who have bought them is essentially that entitles those people to have shares delivered to their account for every option that they've got. So if you have one option, then you're essentially saying that you can buy BBIG stock at the price of $5, 100 shares worth of it per option. So multiply these open interest call options by 100, and that's how many shares of stock that you would actually have being delivered to these people's accounts. And that's how many shares of stock these institutions would have to buy to deliver to those customers who have bought these call options. So you're actually looking at the potential situation where BBIG, if it continues rising in price as we get towards Friday, when these options expire, is institutions may have to swarm into BBIG stock and buy up massive amounts of it, raising its price, right? Because there would still be a lot of probably retail demand raising the price as well. But then you'd be looking at institutions swarming into this thing instead of shorting it as they have been, which you can see we increased the short interest today about 2.74%. Instead of shorting it, institutions would actually become net buyers, and that would in turn raise the price of BBIG stock. Now, we obviously have to get these options in the money in the first place. We've gotten quite a few, the $5, the $4.50s, the $4, those are all pretty significant. We also could probably get the $6. We're not that far off. We're about 70 cents away from getting another 76,000 open interest call options in the money. And that would be absolutely amazing for BBIG stock price come later this week when those options are expiring. Now, obviously, institutions have a vested interest in keeping BBIG stock price below $6, below $5 even. They still have time to push it down. They can potentially short it. They could convince some of their friends who are holding it to sell. Who knows? Maybe retail will just get greedy and sell. Or rather, the opposite of greedy, right? Maybe they'll play it safe and take some of their gains off the table, and then we wouldn't end up seeing this gamma squeeze situation happen, right? It hasn't guaranteed itself yet. We need to get to Friday and still have these options be in the money. Now, obviously, some institutions are potentially buying up the stock today, expecting that it will be above these strike prices that they have sold call options for. And potentially that's what's driving up the price a bit today as well. So we could already have seen the beginning of this. So it's not as if on Friday there's going to be an absolutely massive explosion for sure, right? Institutions might be hedging their bets, but as we can see, looking at the short interest, it has been increasing today. So it's not a guarantee that institutions have been doing that. In fact, they may still be trying to fight it. They may still be trying to push BBIG stock down. And we'll just have to see if retail can come in and keep the price at a high enough level until Friday to actually get a gamma squeeze. Now, obviously, the gamma squeeze would be great. It's not a guarantee, and it doesn't mean that BBIG is going to rise enough to cause a short squeeze, right? A short squeeze is what a lot of people want, but once again, we'd have to get pretty darn high in price probably above where it has been in the past, probably above 1250 if we actually want to see a short squeeze. So that's what we're looking at BBIG stock wise. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. I'm not recommending that anyone buy or sell any shares of stock. I'm just letting you guys know my opinion and letting you know some of the BBIG stock news. So if you guys are interested in more of that, feel free to subscribe to the channel and definitely use that Webull referral link if you guys want some free stocks. Pretty risk-free, right? All you have to do is deposit a cent in the platform. So other than that, guys, have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.